welcome back to my channel. So this particular video is going to be for Dumaguete. For all you haters and lovers of Dumaguete, we're going to break this down and try and solve why so many people are dead set against it and why so many people say it's the best place in the Philippines. So I'm going to give you a brief little introduction and then we're going to get right into it.
Let's hit the road in the Philippines where adventures unfold with Brian's life compass will on our way. Guiding true, traveling just me and you. Join the journey, it's adventure time.
I'm bringing this up for a few reasons. I've been kind of wanting to do this video for a while just because of the things that drawed me back to Dumaguete and what got me to the first place, why I left. And I want to share this little post with you, and that's why I'm going to get it started for one of the safest places. Well, it's the safest city in the Philippines rated in the year 2025, and it's rated pretty good as far as the world ranking goes as well. So a little bit of a history. I was in a different island when I first came to the Philippines, wasn't quite happy there, and I started doing research and all the things. And this was several years ago. Dumaguete was on my list. Bohol was, Palawan, Puerto Princesa, Clark, I think, was on. There was a list, and I ended up going first right to Dumaguete, and I basically hired a tricycle, private tricycle for the whole day. Just, okay, take me here, because I only had a few days, 3 days maximum there. Kind of wanted to see some of the hot springs, the waterfall, all these things that they rant and rave about. Didn't even pay to go in and just quickly ask, can I take a picture? I just want to make a mental note, this, that. So I really scoured the area. And I'll be honest, as soon as I landed there, I thought, this is perfect. The boulevard was great for me to walk along, stuff like that. Really enjoyed it. So I made my plan. Okay, I already paid my rent and all this kind of stuff. But the next time I came back, I was going to go straight to Dumaguete. That's what I did. And I ended up being there for the pandemic. I kept my apartment year-round. I ended up leaving my apartment, giving it up because of the fact I didn't know when I'm coming back. I didn't want to pay for 2 years. I already had it for a year. It was a mess. Like the whole world knows it was all cuckoo then. So I ended up giving it up. And I thought, you know what? After being there for some time, I thought, well, maybe I'm going to try a whole different island again. And mainly because of land prices. I thought, doing some research, I ended up going to Mindoro, and I did spend 2 years there. Found some really good deals for rent. There's a good video if you're interested in a very good place. 3-bedroom ocean view, $100 a month, right by the ocean. It was just fantastic. So I ended up going in. I was looking to actually purchase land or lease to own, things like that, and ended up going there. I realized after being there, I tried to make it fit for me. It was not going to work. I always met a really good group of friends there. Used to go to the beach all the time. We play board games and cards and go swimming and stuff like that. But besides the friends, there was like nothing else to do. 1 or 2 foreigner restaurants, basically only one main one. Very limited attractions to go driving around that I enjoy doing. Once you've seen them, you've seen them. Very limited hot springs. Well, there was no hot springs that I ever did find. I did find waterfalls. But only one actually that you could get to without hiking through the jungle kind of thing. I'm not trying to make it over dramatic, but it was just not great for day adventures. So I was always talking about Dumaguete, the selection, this, that, the pricing. And I finally made up my mind and I says, okay, I got to go back. I just ended up going back. And, main pulls are, I would never move there just for the restaurants. I wouldn't move there just for the shopping. I wouldn't move there just for the convenience of having the airport and the beaches nearby. It's the combination. I can get I don't do a lot of shopping, but when I want stuff, I'd like to have the variety, the selection. I do a lot of my own cooking. There's fantastic places there. I mean, Bellcrest is the lifesaver for me. Imported meats and stuff. Very reasonable prices. Your cheeses, your spices, the whole 9 yards. So those kind of things, and the restaurants. I have to make a separate video on that because I can literally go to, Kangaroos, for example. I'm on the kind of a rooftop restaurant right by the ocean, have a nice meal there, very cost effective. I go down to another place, Bamboo something, proper pizza oven, 150 pesos. Mexicana, 150 pesos for beautiful, great quesadilla. If I even go the more expensive ones along the boulevard, and I go and have my eggs Benedict, unlimited brewed coffee, that one's the more expensive. On the more expensive side, it's 350 pesos. You know, there's really like you higher end restaurants along the water and stuff like that. And you can splurge. You can do this once in a while. Couple movie theaters. The malls aren't huge. There's one main mall there. It's nothing big. I'm not really a mall person, but it's good enough. And like I said, it's got the shopping. It's got the airport. And the big advantage for me is I get on my bike and I just drive, and I can be different locations within 20 minutes. One direction I'm going to be at snorkeling with the marine protected, all the corals, all the beautiful fish, all that kind of stuff. I haven't seen the turtle on that area yet, but they keep asking me. So anyway, it's there. Short little extra trip, and you're on Sikihor, another beautiful island. It takes about 40-ish minutes, cheap to get there as well. 20 minutes a different direction. I'm at several different hot springs. Going another direction, I'm going to Twin Lakes, a beautiful drive up there. Very nice drive up there. Can't swim in that lake and stuff like that. It's actually, they use it as a reserve for water and stuff like that. But it is a nice little getaway. Lots of swimming directions. I go down to the other pier. There's two piers in Dumaguete. You go to one and it takes you to Cebu Island. 20 minutes, half an hour, couple hundred pesos, boom, you're gone, you're done. And you can drive to watch the whales. You could literally watch the whales and come back. You go in the morning, you come back. You go the other direction, you're swimming with the sardines. These are high-end tourist spots you see advertised all the time. Come to Cebu, come to Cebu. Well, actually, if you're in Dumaguete, you can get to those spots faster than if you were living in Cebu, okay? Because it's on Cebu Island, but it's on the bottom end, or however you want to, wherever it is. It's on the opposite end of Cebu City, and I'm very fast to it from Dumaguete. You do a full bike tour, a few hours, better part of the day. That's pretty hard on my back and so on and so forth, but it's a nice drive. You go one direction, go towards Mabina, you're walking in caves, you got all the crystals and stuff. Just beautiful stuff, right? The scenery, the mountain views, it has the selection. And now, like I did that earlier post, it is the safest city in the Philippines. I've always felt pretty safe there. I'll be honest, I pretty much feel safe wherever I am in the Philippines, more or less. I've never really had a major issue. So that's not a big concern of mine. Again, I don't look for trouble, so I don't find it. Traffic is a little sucky. Okay, it can get pretty bad. Was never built to have that many people there. But again, you can avoid it. Just don't go rush hour time. Okay, simple things. You're retired. You don't need to go at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. So I time it. If I'm there and let's say late lunch and stuff like that, and I just, you know what? I'm not even going to bother going because I live up in Valencia area, up in the mountains and stuff. So I just take my time, go at a different time, leave a little bit later, leave earlier, or whatever. Traffic is an issue, but I beg to differ where that's any different in any bigger city in the Philippines. Another part I like about Dumaguete, I don't really like the city life. I don't want to live right in Makati or BGC or Cebu and all that kind of stuff. I like going there. I like spending maybe even upwards to a week, really, get it all in, but I wouldn't want to live there permanently. I find this has got a fantastic balance. You've got the quality of your supplies, good selection of restaurants, decent pricing, and you aren't in the city, but you've got the benefits of the city. Great hospitals. I can't compare them to other places. I do go to Ace Hospital when I need it. Been very happy there. It's been cost effective. You can't tell it's a modern, good hospital. Okay, and I'm sure there's even better ones or just as good in Manila and Cebu, and there's probably better specialists there, is my understanding. So I'm sure that if you need that on a regular basis, then maybe the other cities would be more advantageous. However, for basic stuff and even the more basic stuff, those hospitals are fine. Another negative little bit about it is there's no taxis and no Grab. Now, if you're in the bigger cities, it's nice to do Grab. I don't like even taxis per se. But again, it is what it is. You don't really I drive a lot of my own. I have my own vehicle, my own scooter there, so I don't really rely on that. I more rely on that when I go traveling, because then, of course, I don't have my scooter. I'll fly over to another area. But for the day adventures, for the fresh air, for the food selection, all those things, leave comments in there. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me what's much better in an area. I'd love to hear it. I did think about Panay Island and Iloilo area, but it's price wise was a little bit more expensive. The city seems a lot bigger, a lot more congested. I think it's a third largest city, if I'm not mistaken, or third most populated. I did spend time in Rojas on Panay Island. At that time, I was living in Calapan in Mindoro, so it's only a one boat ride over. If I had to move and I was like literally on my moving direction, I had to pick Calapan or Rojas, hands down, I would have went to Rojas. But if I already got to pack up and move, because I was analyzing these things and I'm already making the move, would I do all that effort just to go to Rojas? No, I'm going to go right back to Dumaguete. That was my decision because, like, I like Rojas. I think it was great. But again, just the day adventures I can do there. I already know it all. I'm sure the grass is greener on the other side of the fence for many people. Okay, but this was pretty fantastic, and I'm sure other places do. But I would like to hear from other people where it has that selection, like literally several waterfalls, several little natural water springs, waterfalls to go to, not just the hot springs, good swimming locations, the airport really close by, two piers, tons of restaurants, very good selection, very good price basis, all types of exotic restaurants. The only another one is the really good clean beaches. There's really one only in Dumaguete, and I wouldn't call that super clean. But there, you have to drive a little bit to Bakong. If you go as far as Zamboguita, it's about 40 minutes. Oh my gosh, beautiful place. A good little day venture. Have a coffee, have a little lunch out there, and enjoy the beach there. It's fantastic. And most of the roads are paved, even in remote areas up in the mountains. That's another big plus because, again, for me personally, I do a lot of adventures. I just get on my bike and see where life takes me. Anyway, guys, if you have any thoughts or questions, if you want to know more about something, leave them in the comments. I do engage. I'd like to give full-length answers. Subscribe, share this video if you could. I watched it all the way through. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, which I'm trying to get going. And I appreciate your guys' feedback. As always, take care and thanks for tuning in.